Hey, hello. Welcome back to another daily meditation with Chance. I'm Chance. If you've been following along this week, we've talked about the importance of breath and how it relates to the nervous system, how you feel. We've talked about the bandhas, or your internal locks, to hold integrity along the spine and your internal organs. We've talked about setting intentions and feeling the wish fulfilled. So assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, thinking about how it is that we want to show up in life, and breathing that into existence. I talked a bit about the default mode network, or your autopilot, and how to step out of that to create new habits. Small, simple changes to the way that you carry your body, to the way that you use your mind and body together, create long-lasting changes and benefits when it comes to your physical and mental health, just the way that your body works together with your mind. So today we're going to be using all of these. Hey Debbie, good to see you again. We're going to be using all the techniques that we've been going through. And we're going to get real specific. In the description it says finding your A game, or bringing your A game, or showing up with your A game. I can't remember exactly what it says. More or less, how do you be your best self in any situation that you have to show up to today? We all live obviously very different lives, and within our lives, we all play a variety of roles. We relate to people around us in completely different ways. We have bosses, or kids, or significant others, or parents, or whatever. And all of these people benefit when we show up as our best self. So determining what that is takes a little meditation, or just clarity, finding clarity. So, let's get going. We're going to sit up tall. And without changing anything besides the length of our spine, by sitting up tall and relaxing our shoulders, just notice what your breath is like. What's the quality of your breath? What's the sound of it like? What space in your body does it take up? And without changing it, just notice it. This is your default mode. This is your autopilot breath. For most of us, it's really shallow. It doesn't take up much of our breath. It doesn't use very many of these vital muscles in our torso and our lungs. It's usually really quiet, or hardly existent. We're going to change that intentionally by creating loud, rich breaths in and out through the nose, and creating expansion using all of those muscles associated with breathing. So the diaphragm, breathe in deeply and our belly comes out. Thorough exhale, so as the lungs deflate, you sit up tall and relax the shoulders. Big inhales, try to find more space, more muscles engage, more stretching, more everything. The quality of our breath is growing. As you sit up tall, create that long hissing sound, or that whooshing sound, by breathing out loudly. Another big inhale. The belly expands, the low ribs expand, the mid-chest expands, the upper chest expands. And as this happens, we feel a stretch, but we also feel kind of a squeeze or a massage deep inside. As the breaths are loud and intentional, you might feel the temperature of the skin change. You might get hotter or colder. You might feel tingly or woozy. However you feel, that is exactly how you're supposed to feel, because we're shifting our nervous system out of a fight or flight mode, out of a stressed out, draining type of mode into a healing and regenerative mode. Keep on breathing deeply, and if you forget, the sound of your breath and get carried away in your thoughts, that's okay. Just bring yourself back to your breath again and again. If it's loud and rich and expansive and intentional, that is mindfulness, being with your breath in the here and now. As we keep going, we're going to add in the bandhas, those internal locks. Pull in on the pelvic floor, that's all the soft tissue of the bottom. Draw up and in until you can't anymore, but you'll feel the pressure on your spine, the base of your spine. Next, draw in on the belly button, that's the Uddiyana Bandha, or this upward flying lock. Pull your belly button in toward your spine and scoop it upward like you're trying to draw your whole belly up underneath your rib cage. This, no doubt, is going to reveal tension that you hold in your low back, in that lumbar spine, in the sacrum, all of these places where our nervous system has hubs of nerve endings, connections, intersections. Keep on breathing, using the bandhas to squeeze, to pump, to create more space. And on the exhales, just let it go. Let go of anything that has arisen. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Keep the breath going loud and rich. Keep that spine being massaged, sitting up tall. With your eyes either open or closed, let's start to get intentional. What does your A game mean to you? What does it look like when you show up as your best? Maybe you show up energetic, worry-free, confident, strong. Maybe you show up more patient, more compassionate. Whatever your A game looks like to you for all the roles that you have to play, first get very clear about what it feels like. So breathe and imagine an instance of you really being on your game. You just hitting it out the park every time, no matter what that is. How you listen to someone, how you converse with someone, how you show up at work, or how you cook in the kitchen, or whatever the thing that you have to do today for someone else is. What does it look like and feel like when you do it just right? Take a few breaths, get really clear about what does your A game look like. Maybe if you know some of what your day has in store, picture yourself completing those tasks, whether challenging or routine. Picture yourself completing them just off the charts, better than ever. A new personal record for whatever it is. Picture that A game. Breathe life into it. Let the breath inform the nervous system. Let the mind search for your intention. What is it exactly that you want? Now that we've determined what our A game looks like and feels like, or maybe we're still figuring it out, that's fine, as long as you're breathing with this in mind. Don't let your mind wander to our regularly scheduled program, because that usually entails all the stuff we don't want. That's how our brain is hardwired, with a negativity bias. So what we're doing is creating this time to not be stuck in that autopilot. Think very intentionally about what it is that we want to experience today, or this week, or even longer, a lifetime. Keep on breathing. Notice where in your body is still tight and resistant. Notice where in your mind wants to jump into that regularly scheduled program, that wants to jump into the limiting beliefs, the limitations, the bad habits, those routine thoughts that we normally wouldn't even notice. But we're noticing now because we're paying attention to our thoughts. And we have a target of what it is that we want to be paying attention to. Our breath and how good it feels when we show up as our best. About 10 more breaths here. Continue lengthening the spine. Stretching the torso. And feeling as though our day has already gone absolutely perfectly. Because right here and right now, the external world has less and less of a say in how we feel. How we feel right now is coming from within. This is the beauty of practicing mindfulness and meditation, to recognize the important lesson that more so, the world is coming from you and not at you. To repeat, the world is not coming at you as much as it's coming from you. You can show up to a completely neutral situation, feeling heavy, feeling worried, feeling anxious, and you turn that whole situation into that emotion, sensation. Or you can walk into a completely neutral situation the rest of your day, a blank slate, with an intentional feeling of winning, or whatever that looks like to you. Just being your best self. You can show up with that feeling already and paint whatever neutral situation you walk into in that light. And this is how your life changes. This is scientifically proven. You bring what you want to every situation. And if you're conscious and intentional about what you're bringing to the situation, well, then your bad habits won't continue to repeat themselves. Or not forever, at least. They'll slowly start to change. And your new routines, your intentional routines, will become the new normal. Thanks for tuning in again. Tomorrow I'll be doing a longer meditation, a seated meditation for everyone. We'll be doing a little bit of stretching, using these breaths, using these intentional feelings, using the bandhas, with a few very simple poses in a chair to get your mind and body really, really dialed in to accomplish whatever it is that you got to do today, tomorrow, to make your life, your world, as fulfilling, as fruitful, full of service as you can make it. Thanks a lot.